Hello and welcome to another Business to Business Spotlight. We are here to do really cool business today, something a little different. We're going to be talking about piano tuning, something really cool. Have a really good friend of mine, and we'll let him introduce himself. So, sir, tell us who you are, what the company is, and what you do.
Of course, I'm Alex Wride, the owner and principal technician for Pinnacle Piano Services, and I do piano tuning, repair, and maintenance for all models of pianos in the Vegas Valley.
Super cool. Awesome.
These first couple strings are boring because there's the single strings, the big bass strings.
Oh, gotcha.
So it's just a single string to tune up to pitch.
The dramatic ones.
That's right.
What kind of movements are you making?
So
are they like really quick? Like what is the tool actually doing?
Absolutely. So the point of having this tool, each of these tuning pins are actually driven about 3 inches into a piece of pressed, several pieces of pressed wood called the pin block. And that's what grips this pin in place. Each string has about 250 pounds of pressure on it. So you end up getting about 20 to 30 tons of pressure on the actual plate and body of the piano when they're all pulled up to pitch. So it's a pretty, it's a tense setup, I guess you could say.
So this isn't something that you should just move on your own.
No, definitely not. You'll definitely want to hire a professional mover for piano moving.
Okay.
But this hammer is, what it's doing is it's giving you directed leverage directly onto the end of the tool itself. And what you'll do is as you pull up to pitch, you're going to pull it slightly sharp above where it needs to be. I'll kind of demonstrate that here. So it's sharp now, and then we're going to do short, controlled movements to set the pin and get it locked in and stable where it needs to be. And this is our first double unison, so there's actually 2 strings on this note here, this A. So what I'll do is I'll move my mute up to the next string I'm going to tune, and now we'll pull by ear the second string of this note up to its partner and make sure it's in sync. I'll pull it sharp so you can hear the variance. You hear that? That's a beat, they call it. And the faster the beat gets, the farther apart they are from being in sync. The slower the beat, the closer you are to perfect unison. There we are. Pretty close. We'll do a fine-tuning pass at the end.
That's cool.
But that's the general process of getting the unisons in sync with each other.
So I'm curious, who introduced you to the piano? Like, who do you get to thank for the love and knowledge of it?
Definitely my mother. She was the driving force between all 3 of my siblings and myself, learning an instrument at a young age. I started with piano and fell off when I was about 8 or 9. Wanted to play some rock and roll and switch to guitar.
Do bigger things.
That's right. But only about 5 years ago, I just inexplicably got really into classical music out of nowhere, and it reignited my passion for these types of instruments, the Baroque and classical era instruments. And that's when I started learning to play piano again. I've always played by ear for all the instruments I've learned, but I really wanted the skill of being able to read music, because that's really the only efficient way to learn classical music. And so as I got more and more into playing piano, I became more interested in the actual inner workings and how it works and the tuning aspect, and it became a hobby for about 2 years ago, learning about the piano itself and tuning. And I was able to make the leap to full-time technician in early 2020. I haven't looked back.
That's awesome.
It's been fantastic.
Awesome, man. So thank you, Mom.
Thanks, Mom,
for introducing me into this passion.
Absolutely,
for sure.
absolutely.
So, That's really cool, man. I think you get a certain knowledge of something, and then if something you really love, or like you said, passionate about, you figure out like, how do I master this, or how do I learn more about it? I think
Absolutely.
that's kind of your curiosity almost kind of took you there.
And you never know, how you're going to land where you want to be. I've always wanted to have music as part of my life and part of the career path. And we tried playing in the band for 7 years, my buddies and I, and that went awesome, but didn't land us a career.
Sure.
As many people have that story, I'm sure.
Need to feed the family, right?
That's right. And piano technology and piano tuning was kind of the answer to that question. How am I going to make music a part of my day-to-day? I would have been happy with it just being a hobby to play, but being able to do it as an actual job and career, and also help deliver quality instruments and tunings to other people, it's rewarding. Yeah. It's been cool.
Yeah, you can improve the quality or appreciation somebody has for something that's kind of an invaluable type of thing. It's kind of like, when I have somebody buy a house and the look they get, and comfort and security for their family. How do you go away from that, right?
Exactly.
So that's super cool.
It's a contribution, and it's an appreciated one. All my clients have been awesome people, and appreciators of music and of the craft and the trade. And it's been really a great experience meeting fellow musicians and appreciators of music.
Yeah,
it's been cool.
Really cool. And you're going to naturally attract like-minded people. So the reason you get those type of clients is because
absolutely
you're very much like that as well.
It is a so far low-stress job.
Well, just wait. You're going to make it so big, and so many people are going to want to work with you that maybe you'll get a little stressed.
We'll add a little in. That's okay. I'm okay with that.
How did you get to the point to actually start the business? Like, take us down that road. What happened? What made you say yes? How did you get here?
So it was a hobby for a while, as I'd said. But when COVID hit in March of 2020, I was at a 9-year position at the Cosmopolitan, actually, in hotel operations. Okay. And that, of course, dried up pretty quick, along with most of the hospitality industry.
With it not being open.
Went on furlough, right? Yeah. Everyone went on lockdown. And, I enjoyed my month off, but I can only sit still for about 30 days. And then it was time to work. And so I started looking into the possibility of making this a full-time thing. Got my certification, connected with the guild a little closer, and started the process. Built out my website, got the business launched, and started taking clients. And just went for it. Yeah.
Awesome.
It's been a fun journey.
I love it. You gotta take the risk and do what you love, and there'll always be people out there that need what you're offering, right? The same passion that you do.
It's a timeless art, the piano, and it's a real privilege to be able to work on the instrument. It's been a lot of fun. It's been humbling. There's every time you think you've seen it, oh, I know what this is. There's a new model or a new style of piano that you encounter, and you're learning all over again. Yeah. Right back to the drawing board.
Got to be all kinds of different ages.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they've been around for what, centuries?
Yeah. A couple hundred years. Yeah, it developed the end of the 1700s. Was the first piano. It was the answer to the harpsichord. The harpsichord was the predominant keyboard instrument of the period. But there was no way for dynamic control, meaning there was one volume. That was it. You played it, and that was the volume.
Yeah.
And so the instrumentalists and musicians wanted a way of controlling the dynamic output of the keyboard, and this was the answer, was a hammer and lever system that struck the string depending on the weight of the press. And that was the big revolution in the technology, was developing that. And it stuck. And it eventually replaced the harpsichord and other similar stringed keyboard instruments.
Yeah. Let's see. What is your? I always like to ask everybody this. What's your favorite memory so far in starting and running your business?
I think it was probably getting my first organic lead from a potential client. Doing all the work, the months of setup and work to get the business up and running, and all the parts and pieces moving, and then just kind of sitting there and waiting by the computer. Let's see if there's anyone out there.
Yep.
Is the demand, there is demand, but it's kind of, you don't really believe it until you see it. So the first call I got, and someone who, was ready to contract my services and bring me out to tune the piano, that was special because it was working.
Yeah.
And that was a cool moment.
That's really cool. Yeah, there's something about that organic thing of people finding you and, researching you and looking at you and thinking, hey, I'd like to do business with this person.
Right.
It makes it pretty cool.
It was a cool one.
So, awesome.
It's close enough.
What would be the best place that we could get to know more about Alex?
Sure. So my website is pinnaclepiano.com, and that's my primary means of contact with my clients. I also have a Yelp page and a Google business page. People can find me pretty easy. But the website actually has an about page about me, a service list with approximate pricing, and also a contact form. And I pride myself in this so far. I'm able to get back to all my clients within 24 hours, no problem, which is seems to be a rarity in the trade right now, because for no fault of their own, it's just they're so busy.
Yeah.
So being a new technician in the field is a benefit to my client base because I can respond and book appointments in a timely fashion.
Yeah, I was going to say, honestly, that's a rarity in a lot of business. Not just your field.
It seems to be.
I think how easy it is for people to find and contact, the follow-up is usually what gets lost for most business owners. So for you to be able to get it back is going to be huge for you to be able to build it too.
It's a boon for me, and it's something I'm really grateful for. Spending 10 years in the hotel trade and in customer service, some of my job experience there was in high-end VIP services with high-end clientele and penthouse customers and high rollers. I was able to really fine-tune my customer service skills, I feel, over that tenureship in the hotel field. And it's been an excellent skill set to translate directly into the piano business. And I don't take it for granted. Right.
Still serving people at the highest level, the way that you would want them to do for you.
So it's been really cool to see that skill set transfer.
Really cool, really cool. I totally understand what you mean. I was in food and beverage for a really long time, and strangers come in and they leave happy. And now I do the same thing in real estate. It's just I get to spend more time with them, which is great.
Absolutely.
So it's awesome. If you could, you kind of answered this already, and we know you're passionate about what you do. But why do you think you do what you do? Because it was your choice, right? So why do you do what you do?
I believe that music is worth saving. It seems like you start to hear more and more news and instances of music education being cut, and people kind of losing interest in classical and traditional music. And I think I like to think that I'm part of the group of individuals who try to keep it alive and keep it preserved. And I think that's an important thing, is to remember the past and remember where music comes from, and just help musicians reach their goals and with their studies and their playing. It's a cool thing to do and to commit some time to.
Awesome. Very cool. We can tell you definitely like it.
It's enjoyable.
You know your stuff, that's for sure. I've learned more about the piano in this conversation than I may have known in everything before. So really cool.
It's amazing how many even professional musicians, piano players, it's just a magic black box that they walk up to and play. Why would they need to know? And so
that's true.
It's a rare set of knowledge in it, but it is fascinating once you start learning about it.
to actually answer this question if you don't want to. But would you like to offer any sort of special or discount or service to anyone that were to see this video and contact you and want to do business with you?
Absolutely. I offer a discount to religious institutions and also any school or professional teacher. I'll provide a discount. It's a case-by-case basis, but just reach out to me, let me know your situation, and I'm happy to work with those sets of people. I think they deserve all the support they can get with what they do. So I think that's an important discount to offer, and I currently offer it. So absolutely.
That's really cool. All those people are giving back to teach and give away to all others, right?
That's right.
That's the important part.
It's a circle of giving, right?
Yep.
You got to support that.
Awesome. I think I might be out of questions.
Okay.
I asked quite a few.
Yeah.
The only other thing I will ask is, since you're on video, is there anything that you'd like to say to your family or wife or clients or anything that, since you have the chance?
Absolutely.
It's up to you.
I love everyone that I've worked with so far, and just a big thank you to everyone who supports the business, including family and friends and clients. It's been an honor serving you, and I hope to be able to do it for many years to come.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, thank you for taking the time and letting us get to know what you do. And I plan to actually get my grandmother's piano
nice.
from my dad.
Excellent.
And I'd love for Violet to learn how to play it.
Absolutely, man.
So when that time comes, you will be the guy.
We'll take care of it.
All right.
Awesome.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks for doing this.
Thank you.
We appreciate it and hope business is amazing for you.
Thanks, Aaron.
So I just want to give my high endorsement of Alex. You guys got to meet him and learn a little bit about it. You can tell he's super passionate about his business, definitely cares about his clients, and wants to do everything he can to give music back to as many people as he can. So if you need anything at all, piano services, definitely give Alex a call. Great guy, I've known him for a while, real honest, and he'll definitely take care of you.